the Twitter Blue Room. I'm here with Alicia Molik, former tennis player here in Australia, commentator with Channel 7, Fed Cup captain. We're also live on Periscope, Alicia, just in case you don't do enough live TV every day.
Yeah.
Let's start with some of your memories of the Australian Open, and obviously 2005 and that amazing run to the quarterfinals. Do you still think of it every time you walk in here for the first time in January?
I do think of it because a lot of people remind me about it. I played a few particular matches during that tournament. That's really stuck in the minds of many tennis fans. So I think that's more when I'm reminded about it, when they reminisce, but it certainly brings back my memories of 2005. I remember that was the height of my career. I felt on top of the world. I felt like I couldn't lose. That's probably the only Australian Open that I really believed that I could win, and I felt like I was going to win.
Yeah, and even feeling like that with all the pressure of a home slam and all the media attention, it must have been an amazing time. And even what advice do you give to the young Aussies now of getting that belief when they're in the newspaper every day?
I think the belief comes from hard training. You can't have the belief if you're not working hard, putting in 100% every day. But you need to accumulate a lot of wins and matches. So that's difficult for a junior to have the belief. It comes with maturity. So generally it will be a few years after someone has come through juniors from the age of 18. But it's something that I've always had to work on. Even when I was at the top of my game, I didn't always have the belief, but I had the experience, I think, to reassure myself.
Now, you've just played in the Legends, but you're in your 30s, clearly incredibly fit. There's an argument maybe you should still be playing in the main draw. I think you have to be 35
well,
to get through to a final.
Venus is still going. Venus is older than me, which I really admire what she has been able to achieve, and I think she's in great physical shape. I think she's moving much better this Australian Open than 4, 5, 6 years ago. It just goes to show how many players, the top players, are always looking to improve their game. And I've certainly seen improvements in Venus's game.
What about Serena after her match? She said, regardless, there will be a player over 34 years of age in the final. How good, and do you predict it will be a player over 34 that wins potentially this year? Will it be Serena?
That's a difficult one to answer, but I think experience counts for so much. And given the age of the Williams sisters, you cannot ever replace all the experiences that they've had at Grand Slams, winning, losing, going through the tumultuous times. They know how to handle a big occasion, centre court, Rod Laver Arena. It's a different crowd, and experience and the wealth of knowledge counts for a lot.
Tell me, you've been commentating for Channel 7, and a lot of the time, I imagine, you're commentating on some of your mates, you know the Australian girls well.
Yeah.
Has that been the most challenging part of it?
No, I enjoy it. When I commentate on the Aussies, I'm very biased, and I'm fine about that. We can do that on national TV here in Australia when I'm commentating here. And then I think when I commentate on other athletes, I just stay mindful that I will cross paths with them, either in the locker room or in the corridors. So I think I naturally stay very respectful, but I have duty in my job, in my position, to critique players, and I think I do it in an honest way, that regardless of what I am talking about, the positives, the negatives, I always feel comfortable coming face to face with the players I'm speaking about, and I think that's the most important thing, to be honest.
Well, that's your helicopter coming to take you to the Channel 7 commentary booth. But we've one more question before a quick Aussie tennis quiz. Dasha Gavrilova, what do you make of her run here at the Open, and how does it bode for the rest of the year?
She impressed me by reaching the 4th round once again. She didn't start the summer great at the Hopman Cup, so I didn't have expectation of her coming into this Australian Open. She surpassed what I thought she would achieve here. She loves the crowd, she loves the atmosphere, and that's what the best players do. They rise to the occasion of a big tournament, and she certainly fits well within that category.
Okay, we have 5 Australian tennis questions for you. We expect 5 out of 5, clearly. They're really easy. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Number 1, how many Fed Cup titles has Australia won? You must know this.
This is
15. I started in easy. Not quite. 7?
All right, we're gunning for 15.
Nearly, you're aiming for 15, that's what you mean.
Well, I'm involved.
Well, you're involved, easily 15. What year did you contest the Sydney final, Sydney International against Sam Stosur, and what was the score?
2005, and the score was 7-6 in the third set. I have a really bad tennis memory.
And the other two?
I wouldn't have a clue.
It was 6-7, 6-4. I thought you'd remember because it was such a big win and you managed
No,
to
I have no recollection of
humble.
any scores throughout my whole entire career.
Okay.
I couldn't give you a complete 3-set score, to be honest.
Fair enough. Okay. Which Australian player holds the record for being the oldest and the youngest man to win the Australian Open?
The oldest and the youngest. Rod Laver. Ken Rosewall.
Yes, we'll accept your second answer because
Ken
it's you,
Rosewall.
Alicia.
Ken Rosewall. I knew that.
Which current Australian player owns more than 100 pairs of shoes? This is a really serious one.
It could be me, it could be Leighton,
Oh, okay.
it could be Dasher, it could be Pat Rafter.
I've just realised this is a really bad question. The answer was Destiny Ayala.
Oh,
but I'm sure
does she really?
she's addicted to shoes.
Oh my,
but
I
I
would
think
not
you
have
might be
known.
as well, but we didn't know Leighton Hewitt was. Leighton
would-
Hewitt is addicted to shoes. Okay, finally, which Australian player made her housemate move house for her while she was on the tennis
that's
tour?
Dasher. That's Dasher. Dasher and Luke. They're both culprits in this one.
Okay, you've done really well in that challenge. We have one thing remaining. We'd like you to put on the blue finger, Alicia.
Oh, cool.
We're not going to get you to draw
What do I do
because
with this?
we know you're busy. All we need you to do is write down the names of the winners of the Australian Open 2017 men's and women's draw, and we will keep
Australian
this
Open with this.
with that. It's easy. And first of all, we'll see if we can read it. And then,
Okay. Oh wait.
yeah. We like this first one. You're really good at this. We should have made her draw for us as well. Okay. Oh wow, she is talented at this, seriously. Wow, thank you so much, Alicia. As you can see, Roger Federer, Serena Williams are Alicia Molik's tip for the Australian Open 2017. We agree on what popular winners they would be. Alicia, we will let you get back to commentary duty. Thank you so much
for having
coming
me.
to the Twitter Blue Room.
Had
Thank
a wonderful
you.
time. Thanks.
See you back here soon. Bye.